Let's see, the tree. The tree, let's see. I am going to do a little combination of things. I'm going to mix up more of that dark, some Quin Rose, some Peacock Blue, some more Peacock Blue. You may notice when I'm grabbing paint to that I'm going to mix, I usually try to squish it into the pile of paint to pull some out, but I'm definitely doing it from one part of the pile of paint. This indigo is a bit different because it needs some more paint in there. That leaves it the rest of the pile to grab some clean, fresh, non-tainted color or whatever you want to call it. But let's see, for this tree, I want more dark. What's interesting, it probably used to look dark until we started putting darker things around it. And now it looks kind of light. Maybe not light, but certainly not dark. What I'm going to do first is lay in some of my dark color, dark. And then I'm going to get my smaller brush to move things around. So I'm sort of laying in the production materials here, as it were. But I know I'm not going to be able to get really much detail with that big brush. But if I just tried doing this whole shape with this tiny brush, that would take a long time and make it tricky to have sort of a smooth blend. It takes a long time and lots of paintbrush strokes in a way that usually ends up not being how I like. Indications is a good word to think about when you're doing things like trees or any sort of subject matter with a huge amount of detail that you could think about. There you go. Yeah, it always dries back lighter, so there is sometimes a try not to be disappointed aspect of watercolor painting that I have more and more come to terms with. But that seems like a pretty good wash. I could agonize about these tips and whatnot, but I'm not gonna. You know what's interesting? What, teacher? I could sort of capitalize on the fact that that would make it kind of possible to make it so this tree and the hill are more contiguous. That drop tried to make a break for it. But what if I did this? This dark front hill is definitely getting to the point where there's kind of it's running out of, the paper is running out of the ability to hold on to pigment and paint, but a little more dark. And once again, it will always dry back lighter. Which is a bummer. One of the things that makes me sometimes try to figure out how to get even more black. And I have played with black gouache and a few other things, but you know, never-ending enjoyable search for you know, perfection. It is nice how dark it is getting and how much contrast it's creating, and once again sort of widening up the spectrum of lights and darks and making that much more of a impactful visual statement. Okay.